ago, no sideshow toys at San Diego Comic-Con, but again, they're still accepting applications, and there's still spots available on the floor. So it's a very it's a tough toy year, folks. This is it's it's bad. The whole tariff trifecta situation, the whole tariff situation has it's like the it's it's a shockwave. It's like the Praxis moon, the Klingon Praxis moon, and explodes
Oh
and
my
creates that
God.
shockwave. That's exactly what has happened. It's exactly what has happened in the toy industry, where collectors are pumping the brakes, they're throttling, they're not spending as much. And I usually do 4 days in San Diego. I'm only doing 3 because there's just not going to be. I saw who's going to be there. I'm like, well, I don't need to do 4 days. In the good old days, 4 days wasn't even enough to enjoy San Diego Comic Con. I'm like,
Oh,
oh no,
really?
yeah, 4 days wasn't
Wow.
even enough. Yeah, and now it's like, well, shit, I can knock some of this stuff out in 2 to 3 days now because less exhibitors are showing up. So, yeah, it's just San Diego Comic, but yet it's not like they're dropping their prices on hotels and everything. So
Today is a good day to
it's still
pre-order.
expensive to attend. So yeah.
So I wouldn't be surprised if
Well,
Sideshow
it's
is keeping that figure hostage.
yeah,
And
but just to be fair, because I've already been doing research on San Diego Comic Con, and there's other YouTubers in the action figure world that are recognizing what I've already recognized, that it's not going to be a very impactful San Diego Comic Con. But you know what? So was Star Wars Celebration. Star Wars Celebration was a big fucking snooze too. You know, they blew their load that first day, and then after that, no one showed up. It Star Wars Celebration and it was the main reason, and it was one of the reasons why I didn't plan my trip to Japan that week. I go, what are they going to talk about? What are they? What is it? Hayden gonna and Rosario Dawson gonna talk about how much fun they had filming the show, the Disney Plus show? That's boring as shit, and that's what they did. That's exactly what they did. That's boring stuff. I also don't like the company that runs Star Wars Celebration. They're called Reed Pop.
they even
And
run it outside the United States too.
what's that? Yes.
Did he? Oh, really? Okay.
Yeah, Reed Pop is the managing company that owns the show, and they suck balls. They Reed Pop. They also do the New York Comic Con, so they do the New York Comic Con. But I remember the couple times that I've gone through a Reed Pop convention, they have shitty Wi-Fi. They don't print out. Yeah, they don't print out maps. They don't print out the books,
Mhm.
and they're like, just download it. Well, how can I download your PDF guide when you're not giving your visitors good Wi-Fi or free Wi-Fi?
Mhm.
Uh, they've always been like that. They suck. They really suck. Luckily, it was held at Japan, and Japan has Tokyo has a good cell infrastructure, so it's not something that you would have been a big issue over there. But I honestly, the only and it was sprung at the last minute, but I had access to go that week. The wife said I could have gone that week, and I didn't want to because I knew I would be bored out of my mind. There was nothing else happening in Tokyo that week.
Tokyo,
Yeah,
Tokyo.
yeah. So I don't know. That whole celebration was a big dud.
Well, the thing
The
is,
Artisan Anakin.
if you hadn't known about that Artisan Anakin, you would have gone though.
If I would have known about that, I would have even gone for a couple days because the flights from LA are like super cheap. It was like $660 round trip from Harundu. I can't pronounce the airport. There's 2 airports in Tokyo. It's not the old one, it's the old one. I mean, it's not the old one, it's the new one. And I could have flown over there. I could have stayed in a Tokyo pod, the little pods, and really cheap for like $25 a night. I could have hoarded Artisan Anakins like Kaiju Daddy or whoever. I don't know if he did. I think he did. bunch of hoarders out there, bunch of scalpers, and yeah, and honestly, the Artisan Anakins probably would have helped fund the trip, which is wild because the fucker's going for over $1,500 on eBay. So I'm like, you're telling me that if I would have gone and picked up the Artisan Anakins, it would have probably funded the trip, which is really, really wild. But I still the problem with the Artisan Anakin,
Okay.
and I feel that it's a bit fake commodity. I don't feel the love is there for the figure. I feel that collectors are chasing it because of its value as a commodity, as a trade, as a instead of a Bitcoin, you're dealing with a Bitfig. And I
Okay,
feel,
trade bait.
yeah,
They're getting
yeah,
it for the trade bait, which it does make sense.
yeah.
Yes.
Meaning that the first instance that there's something shiny for them to buy, the Artisan Anakin is usually the first one to get sold, right? So that's how I see it. Versus, I still have my original, and it seems like a lot of people I knew in the community that had the original Darkside Anakin sold it the minute they felt that they can squeeze the pennies out of it. Like, I don't want to name any names, but they know who they are, right? You know, a couple of dudes over from the Jedi Watch, 6 Scale Mafia and Gang.
Oh my god,
brother cousins and party and company. I'm sure they all had that
wait,
original.
whoa! How many people sold this damn thing?
They
Dear Lord.
I shit, you know. Yeah, no. Well, especially brother cousins. I mean, I think, didn't he just do the he ended up selling a kidney to get the Artisan Dark
Oh,
Side
the
Anakin.
Artisan Anakin, yeah.
He did some, I don't know, some backyard deals with Tim Center or something, you know. I don't know. Look, I'm joking, but if I see any US collector with an Artisan Darkside Anakin, you clearly gave up some ass. Something. You know, I'm sorry. You were like, no one's looking, and you know, you know, I just, sorry, any user talking, and then if they try to tap dance talking about that they got a deal, yeah, I'm sure they got a deal. Yeah.
Wow.
Danoby, you could have gone dressed as Ninja Jedi. I know we would have known.
Ninja Jedi.
Today's a good day to pre-order.
What you trying to pre-order today, Danoby?
What did I pre-ordered? What the hell?
Did you pre-order the Stitch?
No, it's not available for pre-order. No, the only thing that I need to pre-order,
yeah,
is the Revenge of the Sith Darth Vader on the plank, because I want to get that medal, right? There's an exclusive one with the medal with the plaque.
Yeah, that's
that's a
there's a special edition.
I'll probably you know what? I'll probably do it this week. I'll probably
the only way to get it is through Sideshow, because Sideshow has the special edition stuff. So
yeah, so that's probably. And other than that, though, Nate, I've been really good with my pre-orders. I'm still under 17. I think I'm at 17 now, pre-orders. 17. So I'm still under my 20. You know, so it gives me a lot of freedom, you know, to do. Yeah, is one of the best. Well, you know what's interesting about the Darkside Anakin? It's not very often that we get what I like to call. I know people call it a Grail, but I don't even see it as a Grail. I see it as a true representation of a Holy Grail. Like, this is, if you can get the figure at retail, you have been knighted by the Queen. At retail, if you had to get cucked and do some White Lotus nonsense to get it, and or sell or cannibalize your collection, then you've dishonored the you've dishonored its legacy. I don't like, it's not the same, right? It's the way I see it. But if you were able to go on that pilgrimage to Japan and get in line and score it at retail, that's pretty badass. Like, you know, you have my respect. Like, you're cool. You have a Holy Grail. If you had to if you had to sell Obi-Wan, Darth Vader, and a bunch of figures and go through Toys Assembly or Tim Center, these guys, and pump out $1,300-1,400, it's not the same.
I was thinking going a pilgrimage with my family to Japan this year. So I don't know. I was thinking maybe I could find that Holy Grail out there in Japan's.
Oh, I have a secret to tell you, Nate.
What?
I have a secret.
What secret? Wait.
I'm going to me and my oldest son. I'm going to Japan. I'm going to Tokyo.
When?
In a week.
Oh shoot! Wow.
Yeah. Is it a week? No, week and a half. June 2nd. I'll be in Japan.
Oh wow.
Yeah. I have certain things that I want to do there. One of them is visiting the World Expo fair that's being held in Osaka, Japan. So it's the future. It's like a Stark Expo, right? All the countries are going to be there.
Yeah. Okay.
And I've never been to a World's Fair, and so Japan's having one, and it was originally planned. I had originally wanted to do this with I was trying to time it between Star Wars Celebration and the kids' schedule. There was just some scheduling conflict with the family. And it would have been really difficult for me to attend Star Wars Celebration week especially knowing that there's nothing really good or exciting for Star Wars coming out. Like I would have jumped in front of the train because I would have been bored the first day. Star Wars Celebrations, you only need one day. They don't hold my attention very, very well. They nickel in, especially because it's managed by Reed Pop, the company. All the panels and a lot of the stuff is nickel and dime, and a lot of it is paid autographs. Like I don't particularly enjoy the way that show is run. But again, if I would have known that there was been exclusive, I would have absolutely adjusted my schedule, my vacation, and pushed it up to make it for that.
Yeah.
Gone for one day, picked up my Artisan Anakin, and then go visit like the red light district and the Akibara, the toy district, not the red. The hot toy district.
You mix things up, yes.
Yeah. So, but yeah.
Jimmy brought up a question.
Nate, where are you get the Dark Side Anakin?
The Artisan Dark Side, is it from Jeremy Casa? Originally, yes, that was my plan to get it from him because he was the cheapest. But I said no to it. I was tempted by the dark side of the Force, and I said no to picking up the $1,000 Artisan Anakin Skywalker. It's okay. This too shall pass.
No, Nate, you're better than this, man. This is not.
I didn't pick it up.
You don't want to be like Fox and Friends. Will Fox and Friends, and then the minute and the minute the temperature gets high in the kitchen, these kids are gonna liquidate
Fox
it.
And Friends.
The minute that there's a new in-art Harry Potter kid, year 3 or when Hermione hits puberty, Will Fox and Friends are gonna sell Artisan Anakin and get it. So they don't hold on. They don't understand. They don't see the true representation of what Artisan Dark Side, like it's a holy grail. But again, the key to unlocking that energy into making it a true holy grail is if you could have acquired it at retail. And that would have been special. But to pay $1,200-1,300 for it, all you're going to get is the finger from the community. The community's been like, oh, congrats, and they're the community's going to be looking at you with like the stink eye. They're like, oh, nobody's really happy. No. So, but the year's not done. We know Sideshow and their Sideshow little Carnival Con is coming up, so let's see what they do. Let's see what they come up with. Did you pre-order? Oh, that's right. You're going down this clone trooper crap, aren't you, Nate? You're pre-ordering.
Yeah.
You need to. I need to vet your. No, we have to. We need to sit down and have a talk. We need to start. We need to start canceling some of this stuff that you're pre-ordering. This is unacceptable. Here you
Some
go,
people
Nate.
got their RV of Iron Mans. I got my RV of Clone Troopers. Okay.
Not like this. Not this, Nate. This you don't wait. No.
Oh my
Nate,
god.
you don't. Did you pre-order? Look at this thing. No.
Yes, I did pre-order that. Yes.
No.
Yes, I
No.
did pre-order the
No.
the Sakura
Yeah.
Stormtrooper. Yes.
Yeah. No.
K2S. So nice little USB power 2.0 right there.
Yeah. No. That's too. What?
I never picked him up. I never picked him up because he was too much on the resale. He was like pushing $800.
And he was released before COVID, right?
Yeah.
The original one. I believe so.
2016. Yeah. 2016, 2017. Yep.
Yeah. So so if you don't have the original K2SO, this is a really nice add-on to your collection. So yes, I do approve that. If you don't have it, then yes, it's definitely something worth getting. So remember, and I shared. Nate has 7 Luffy's on the way.
This is funny.
So I'm gonna share this because I shared the story with you, and I'm probably gonna end the night with this story. But
okay.
I'm gonna share it with the audience here because I found this information a bit compelling, and this information was shared to me by Kaiju Daddy, right? Kaiju Daddy, because he knows I'll be in Japan. He knows I'm gonna be out there gallivanting and such. And I had asked him about the Osaka store. So for those of you who aren't aware, at one point, if you time traveled to the year 2022, let's say right now the year is 2022, right? And you're in Japan, you would have access to 3 flagship Hot Toys brick and mortar stores, 3 of them, with Osaka being the newest one. I got to visit one of their grand openings in Nagoya in 2019. It's beautiful, 2-story glass stairway. I mean, these flagship stores were like crystal palaces. Hot Toys was spending the money. They were just boom, 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 wow. And I knew of the Osaka store, and I reached out to Kaiju Daddy and asked him, and he told me the Osaka store closed down. He told me that. I go, Osaka store. I go, they just opened that up. I go, that was their crowning achievement. What do you mean? They spent, to open up a brick and mortar store, it's usually in the 6 figures. It's a lot of money. In fact, it could even be $1 million. When you buy a McDonald's franchise for the land and the building and everything, it's typically around $1 million to open up. I'm just using McDonald's, but to open up like a franchise or just an establishment, it could be up to $1 million. Hot Toys at one point had 3 giant flagship stores. Fast forward to the year 2025, and not only are there 3 flagship stores closed down, but the original one that was established, that the one from Toy Sapiens that was over 15, almost 20 years old, closed down and moved into a different part of town, into a smaller footprint. And to me, that was such an eye-opener because I didn't know Hot Toys was struggling. Doing the streams with you, Nate, we'd always talk about, 130 pre-orders, averaging 130. I guess, Hot Toys must know what they're doing. Their numbers, their actuary numbers shouldn't be lying to them. They clearly was like this doesn't add up. Like, how can they be pumping out all this stuff? Well, they're making money. They're doing this. Well, clearly at one point they were, and then the market, right, when the economy and everything went south, between 2023 and 2024, they started closing down stores. They went into a panic mode, like the red alert button, close down stores. And Hot Toys is not a publicly traded company. They're privately held, and you only know from what you can see. To me, that was a huge concern. To me, that told me it broke the confidence I had in them that I always thought they knew what they were doing. They
They were untouchable.
they're untouchable, and
Mhm.
I always thought they knew what they were doing, and they don't. They really don't. And if Hot Toys struggled that hard by closing down flagship stores in Japan, it makes you wonder how the other companies are even still around, like InArt. Well, InArt clearly has been showing signs of struggle for the last year. I mean, now they're desperate. Now they're going into the 112 scale because they can't keep up with the demand in 1/6 scale. So now they're going into 112 scale. Um, is Exo 6 still around, or have they been swallowed up in the wormhole? I don't even know who's still
Well, I
buying
haven't
them.
seen an announcement yet from
Yeah.
Exo 6 if they're coming back to the States because of
Okay.
what happened with the tariffs. Now, since the tariffs are, lowered now for 90 days, not sure they're going to capitalize on the 90 days situation, but I don't know. I honestly
Yeah.
don't know.
Yeah. The tariff trifecta really has, everybody thought it wasn't going to play a part, and it clearly has. It's definitely affected the way collectors are buying, and their habits, and it's just not good, and it clearly is one of the reasons why the San Diego Comic Con is probably going to be somewhat lackluster this year because of the situation. Nobody ever wants to bring politics into collecting toys, but unfortunately, this is something that has just been kind of dumped on us, and it sucks because somebody usually gets the short end of the stick, and if they're not selling enough, um, it's not uncommon for the last 5 years. We've seen companies fold up and disappear. Big Chief Studios is one of them that comes up to me. Master Replicas, the Chronicle Collectibles, and a few others. So I
No,
thought Hot Toys was untouchable, and it has definitely shaken my trust in them. Like, I hope they're okay. I don't know what their flagship store situation is in Hong Kong or in China, or if they've even closed down. Because if they've closed down flagship stores in Hong Kong in the last
well,
5 years,
I haven't heard anything about Hong Kong
yeah,
stores
and it's not
being
something
closed
that
down.
as a US collective we would be privy to unless we inquire on it. I didn't know about these flagship stores closing down in Japan until I inquired about it from somebody who lives there. So,
Now, the thing is, if we end up hearing that some Hong Kong stores, some secret bases stores are closing in the Hong Kong area, then I think there's a room for some concern with
yeah,
what's going on. Japan's it's outside, so that's not their main base and what have you. So it's very interesting with what happened with the Japans.
yeah,
But from what I've been hearing, they have not closed down any stores in HK yet.
okay.
Nothing, nothing
They
yet.
still have, wanna say they still have 3? Don't they have 3 flagship stores in Hong Kong, or 2? I
I
need to verify that.
I lose count because they keep opening up a new one
That's
every 2 months.
yeah, they open them up and then they close them. Yeah, and they also have, like, little pop-up events, in
Yeah,
Hong Kong as well too. So,
yeah. Some of the exclusive drops are through a new store that they opened up too, like the new exclusive drops, like the Anakins and what have you. Like those are it's open for business when it comes to them opening up some new stores. So I am not sure how many stores they have in Hong Kong, but I
yeah,
have not heard anything about them closing down any stores yet. If that does come to pass, that they start closing up stores in Hong Kong, then there's something going on.
there's something, yeah, they're just not financially sound like they want us, or people want, to believe. Um, I To me, the signs point out that they overstretched themselves, that it's too many. 120, active pre-orders on Sideshow, and with their active, with plus with the I mean, they're still figures that are part of the daily deal from Hot Toys that have been
Yeah.
sitting there for a couple of years now.
Mm-hmm.
So, I mean, it's not on Hot Toys' fault, it's on Sideshow, but it's clearly showing that the market is going in a different direction, and R&D is so expensive. You're not going to pump in all this R. Maybe that's why they're doing a lot of these half-ass cash grabs, like the Cherry Blossom Trooper. No R&D is needed. It's just a new paint job, right?
Well, they did that, but also the reason why, because that was pretty much a Japan exclusive,
okay.
right? And it was very popular over there. It sold out. The second one sold out.
Well, that's I mean that's that Japan exclusive. So is the Dark Side Anakin, but
they both sold out at the same time, pretty much.
yeah,
Within hours of each other.
Yeah, so for every exclusive that you put out, then you have to, I guess, water it down with the lazy versions, I guess. But I mean,
The lazy versions.
yeah, I mean that's come on. How much work do you think? I mean, it's a paint job, and the Rainbow Vader's a paint job, and you put the label, the exclusive label on it, and I guess that's enough to get some collectors to.
Well, I think the Sakura Stormtrooper will be like a secret Grail, because it's cousin, the Porcelain Trooper.
Mhm.
That one is selling big over in the resale market. So probably give it time, the Sakura might hit the resale. But again, only time would tell.
Yeah. Yeah, that's it. It's not
But
like
this
there's
right
not enough.
here, it was this here, even though it didn't bring back memories of the original 6-inch 8-7-inch line of figures. I can't remember the Made the Force or Power the Force figures back then, that Darth Maul concept. But honestly, they could have done another figure. They could have done another figure under them concept Maul for a exclusive.
Yeah. Yeah. You scored Jesus Kenobi, right? You got your,
Jesus!
yeah.
Jesus! Yes, I did. I did
Okay.
score. Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, it looks good.
Yeah, I
I
think so
like
too.
it. Mm-hmm.
I think it looks really, really good too. I think they did a really, really good job on that one. So, well, we'll see. I mean, and here's the kicker too. Hot Toys doesn't have that professional exposure from Sideshow anymore. And I want to have that's remember Sideshow doesn't attend San Diego Comic-Con anymore, and they used to have this huge setup, right? Boots on the ground, interaction. And I wonder if that's hurting Hot Toys' overall bottom dollar. Um, because it's supposed to be a symbiotic relationship, right? That's the Sideshow is the distributor, but is Sideshow doing their part in representing the merch? It's not like they're attending conventions anymore. They're live streaming from their break room. How does that benefit Hot Toys? Because when Hot Toys does a convention presentation, they're boots on the ground. They show up at Star Wars Celebration. They show up in Hong Kong or the Singapore Toy Expo that they have over there. So Hot Toys is one of those products that it really needs to be just in person. It's more of a not saying you tactile, but it's more of like instead of watching it on a stream, it's more like you need to you really need to see it in person. The level of craftsmanship and the quality that you're getting with let's face it, a $300 action figure, and it's hard to convey that value through a Sideshow Con live stream from the break room.
Yeah, and also what we've seen so far with the whole situation with the blogger photos, they don't really tell the right story with the figure release. Because I've seen because I know people were hating on the Batfleck, the newest Batfleck figure and the head sculpt.
Yeah.
And I've been seeing photos of in-hand photos of people that actually took photos, at their homes, their little unboxings or what have you. And I'm here like, wow, this looks nothing like the blogger photos. Wow. I don't know what they're doing with the blogger photos with the photography over there, but this looks nothing like it. Like, this looks better. Don't get me wrong. I'm not a big fan of the Batfleck head sculpt, the newest one, because he's too sad. It's not.
Okay.
I've said it before. He's sad fleck for me. It's not bad fleck. It's sad fleck. When he realized that no one liked BVS, he's like, that interview with Henry Cavill. It's a sad fleck.
I thought it looked fine. I already have the first one, so I thought they
Yeah,
did a
me too.
decent job. If anybody, I
It's
mean, is
somewhere
it
over
is
here.
it is it a legitimate reason as to why, or is it just see that's the problem too, where everybody's so overstretched and overwhelmed with so many releases, you just don't know what's legitimate. But I mean, it's
I
Ben
think we're
Affleck.
getting to the point where there's so many releases coming out that collectors completely forgot that it was a pre-order from last year.
Yeah,
We have
yeah.
so many releases that I've seen in the comment sections like, oh crap, another Iron Man. I'm like, no, this Iron Man was
Oh,
released for pre-order last year. They're just releasing it now because it just got made.
yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, especially the last 30 days where it just seems like it's been an overabundance of Star Wars pre-order announcements and drops and stuff. I go,
Oh, but dude, if if you are a Revenge of the Sith fan, if you are a damn freaking prequel fan, if you are a Darth Vader fan, this is the set to get
oh yes,
right
this right
here.
here. I said it. Yeah, I said it. I went through my the history of Darth Vader's, and there's too many of them, Nate. I went through the Rebels, the Obi-Wan, the Return of the Jedi. There's just a ton of Vaders. I went through it all, and just to kind of jog everybody's memory, why is everybody so frustrated? Well, because how many Vaders do you really need? And I mean, there are collectors out there that feel that they need every Vader. I'm like, okay, but not all the Vaders pass the layman test. I mean, if you're only going to display them with the helmet and the red lightsaber, you you don't need multiples of the same one. But I like this version because it's the operating table, has the droids, it
Yep.
has a little commemorative plaque, and it's unique enough where it stands on its own. Where if somebody sees it, it's from a Revenge of the Sith. It's Darth Vader being assembled. So uh, I don't want anything from the Thunderbolts. Someone asked the question earlier, and thank God, because I wouldn't buy it. I thought Sentry was just a stupid character. I don't want anything from the Thunderbolts. I enjoyed the movie. I thought the movie was cute, but I don't want any of those characters in my collection. Nope. Especially Sentry. Especially where they sit that boy down in front of a couch watching Netflix at the end of the movie. I'm like, that was horrible. I'm not.
Watching Netflix.
Yeah, I'm not. No, that was horrible. I was. So why aren't they digging the well for other IPs? Too much Star Wars. They are. It just. I'll defend Hot Toys on this. They are. The problem is that this last 30 days, they went Star Wars
Heavy,
freaking
heavy.
crazy. It
Yeah,
was a
because
lot.
it's a May 4th syndrome.
Yeah,
It's always the May. Star Wars is May month. So
yeah,
of course they're gonna drop all kinds of Star Wars in May.
yeah. Yeah, it was I mean, it was to the point. And then that was one of the reasons too where I didn't even want to like participate in live stream because it was all the amount of Star Wars crap that was releasing, it was snooze fest. It was like I can't get excited about this crap. Like like
Century and chill.
like a cement colored stormtrooper? Like no. You know?
Cement colored
Rainbow
stormtrooper.
colored Vader and cherry blossom stormtroopers, like, no, man. Like, there was just nothing, like, it just and they kept doing it too, and they kept doing it, but they are being diverse, right? They are because they just announced this guy, right?
Mhm.
So, they just it just feels weird because this last 30 days, they were going hard on Star Wars, but no, right? They are absolutely expanding their portfolio,
Well,
but
another thing too is that collectors have blinders
yes,
when a figure gets released and it's not in their domain.
yes,
They feel that they're not being diverse enough. Let's say, for
yeah,
example, you're not big on 80s characters, right? But they do release them,
mhm,
right? They do release
they
80s
do,
pre-orders characters, the Predators, the Terminators. Maybe someone
yeah,
that has blinders and does not pay attention to 80s stuff will say, "Oh, they're not being diverse enough," and I'm like, they just dropped 80s characters last week, you know. So
Yes, you're right, because that's all they see. But I mean, again, when you go on Sideshow and they're averaging 120, 130 active pre-orders, they are absolutely being diverse. Because you're right, they've been going hard on that Terminator and
yep,
especially
Predator.
Predator, and then
And
still,
I still got the poor little jetpack RoboCop that everyone was talking crap about a few
yeah,
years ago. I still got him.
yeah.
There he is. He still
So,
looks nice.
and this is the type of diversity right here. They're gonna that I think it's cool, but not a lot of other collectors in the community are probably going to spend a lot of time. To me, this is badass. I'm like, this is
Yeah.
adorable little thing here, but again, I'm different because my collection is very diverse, and I have a Disney module case already set up for Disney hot toy characters. So this is like, oh, looks a lot of fun. I could absolutely add them in.
How
Versus there are
tall?
collectors out there with module cases, and all you
Mhm.
see is Star Wars, right? Or
Yeah.
just so or Batmobiles, and they have a whole wing of just Bat. So I mean, it's different. Every collector has their own unique taste as to what they want to collect. But no, I know it seems like it, but no, Hot Toys is being diverse. They
How tall is Stitch? Like the character, how tall is Stitch?
I always thought he was like 2.5 or just under 3 feet. Because he's driving
Okay.
that toy mobile, the little
Yeah.
Barbie, and you have to be at least 3 feet to properly. So
Okay.
that's
He's not a life size, unfortunately. He's only 1.3 feet tall.
really okay.
So
Oh no,
he's a third of the height. He's only a third of the height. Then if he's 3 foot tall, then Stitch, this is a 1 foot 3 inches. So he's about a third of the height of a proper life size.
The Wikipedia for the Disney Wikipedia says Stitch, the mischievous alien from Disney's Lilo and Stitch, stands at a height of approximately 3 feet tall. So
Yeah,
I
so
guess I was saying 3
only
feet.
a
So because
third.
yeah, 3 feet. Like I said, you have to be minimum 3 feet to drive a Barbie, the little RC car. So
Okay.
yeah, and then this guy's what, 1.5 feet?
Yeah, 1.3 inches.
See, that's such a missed opportunity from Hot Toys. They should have made him life size. That
They
would
should
have
have
been
made him
cool.
life size, man.
Yeah,
Shoot.
that would have been yeah, a 3
So
foot.
he's about a Thanos. He's about Thanos height.
Yeah.
If you have a Thanos, that's how tall he is, 15 inches tall, 15, 16 inches tall. So he's about Thanos height. But
Yeah.
he's much bigger of a figure, this guy right here.
Yeah.
But
and that's to be understood on this one. It's a movie anniversary year for Revenge, because I did see Revenge of the Sith. Yes. Yeah. For Revenge of the Sith, but again, a lot of the releases weren't in connection to Revenge of the Sith, except for Palpatine and the Darth Vader on the operating table.
it was also opportunities for Hot Toys to clap back at some of the pieces that they missed out on for anniversaries, like Jar Jar. They released it. They released Poe Dameron. They used this opportunity for May and April, for Star Wars in order to drop some figures they didn't drop a few years ago.
It just wasn't doing it for me. And Nate knows it. I'm like, there's just this stuff. It's filler. It's empty calories. Like the stuff that they kept dropping. Like, this is some boring shit. Like, who's buying it?
Danoby, people kept asking me on my streams, when you coming back to do a midnight run? And I'm like,
I go, if you
keep rocking with them.
you put me on to that Cherry Blossom Stormtrooper, and I'll be like, I'm like, I'll be it's like, no, let's boring. Like, none of that crap. It's boring. It's boring shit. It's except for the Artisan Obi-Wan, which is kind of badass. But like this, like, you want me to talk about this? Chopper? No. Another clone Cody? Like, no. I've been there. I was there, Gandalf.
Well, the thing is, I can't agree with you with Cody, because people were asking for Cody.
Yeah, maybe. And the only thing for May the 4th, and remember, May the 4th, the only thing that was semi worth talking about was Jar Jar Binks. But even then, what did I find exciting? The most most exciting thing for May the 4th was picking up the Star Tours Star Speeder toy vehicle that sold out from the Disney store. It's big as shit. It has like the movie and sound. And to me, that was the most exciting thing for May the 4th. Versus everybody was talking about, like, yeah, it's Jar Jar. But that, to me, this exclusive, which sold out, mind you, in a couple hours. I had to enter a virtual queue to get this thing. But that to me, that's what was exciting. Like talking about, about this thing here, not
They did not give Cody per system, which was a missed opportunity to be a 2.0.
Yeah.
They should have gave that head sculpt the per system, but they didn't.
Yeah, and then the Cody was just kind of they added the helmet and made it, and they added the emblem of exclusive, and I'm like, yeah, I guess. I mean, I
well,
guess
it comes with the Phase 1 helmet, so
yeah, I guess.
But the thing is, it's for collectors that missed out on the Cody, and people were asking for it. So
yeah,
like every damn time I had a stream that talked about Star Wars, people were asking for another Cody. Like, where's Cody at?
Yes,
where's
because
another Cody?
and which then I understood that the last Cody was released before 2020, which most 2020 did bring
Before
in
the
new
end of the world.
collectors, so it made sense. So, and most veteran collectors who already have the original Cody don't really need to get. I have the original Cody is right behind me in my trooper collection. It's right there.
He's right here too.
So
the original right here too.
Yeah. So to me, another Cody, and you slap on the Hot Toys exclusive label, and like, whatever. I don't have anything from InArt, and I probably will never have anything from InArt in my collection. So I will.
So you're not going. I know we talked about it briefly, but you're not going to go for the Snape.
The actor's name. I'm having
Alan Rickman though.
Alan Rickman. I will say I saw the photos, and it looks exactly like Alan Rickman. They did a really, really bang up job. But I am not casting any spells. I'm not enrolling in Hogwarts. I don't know. No, I'm not. I'm not going to visit the Ministry of Magic and deal with the distribution drama of InArt and the tariff situation. No, it's a beautiful figure. It looks exactly like Alan Rickman, but absolutely not. No.
Yo, you might even get it worse than Big Dog Pound one, because he still hasn't gotten his
the problem with InArt is that you never know when you're gonna get this this figure delivered to you, because they do, unless you're an influencer, unless you're part of the Will Fox and Friends team, you're not gonna get that this stuff on time. So I don't. InArt, how are they still in? I don't understand that how they're still in business. I just don't get that at all.
Oh, there we go. Gnarly Chaplin is one of the few that have been asking about you. There he is. There he is, right there.
Did you enjoy the Fallout with the Darth Vader Sith Apprentice release?
There was a Fallout?
I don't know.
Gnarly Chaplin has to explain what Fallout we're talking about here. What happened? Like, was it because of the abundance of resellers buying the stacks and racks of Darth Vader Sith Apprentices? Like the towers, you saw the photos, towers of boxes of Sith Apprentices that were bought up and resold for $1,500.
Yeah.
Maybe he's talking about that.
I don't have. I'm immune. I'm vaccinated towards InArt. I don't have. InArt doesn't do anything for me. I'm not. This one dude who from is it Ireland, Scotland? Who is it? Is it Agent Silver Fox?
Agent Silver Fox, yes.
Agent Silver Fox. Yeah, he's in love with InArt. He thinks InArt. Yeah, he
is the beast.
He was trying to push me. He was telling me about Paul Atreides and Dune, and he's like, you're gonna get it, and like he just assumed I'm like, I go no, that's not how the spice works. That's not how, it's not. No,
the spice must flow.
The spice must flow, and it doesn't work. No,
it does flow backwards.
No, he's a cool dude, but no, he's definitely juiced up on InArt. But I go no, not even for like Dune. Like no, InArt is a wild carnival ride of a shit show. You just don't know when you're gonna get your shit. Their prices fluctuate from each retailer reseller that sells it. Now they're going into 112 because they're struggling with the 1.6. They're all over Harry Potter. I don't. They just gives me a headache. Collectors were going crazy over it being 1,500 pieces. The Fallout with the Sith Apprentice.
Oh yeah, that's so we were right. he was mentioning about the $1,500 price tags and what have you on these pieces.
Oh, like this. I'm not.
Yeah.
Paying,
Oh
look,
wait, collectors were only crazy over only. Oh, collectors. Yeah, we already talked about that, gnarly, earlier. Remember you told me, Danoby, that on stream right here. You told me that the reason why collectors went after the Artisan Darkside Anakin was because of the flip of the trade baits.
Yes. Yes.
Like
Yeah. You can't
it's
tell
not
me
because it's
that
popular.
majority.
It's
Yeah.
because
Well, I
it's
saw the photos. People who were walking out of the show with 8 to 10 of those. I mean, it was clearly the yeah, that's the thing, that the Artisan Darkside Anakin was a bit fit commodity. It was purchased specifically for its monetary value. That's exactly. I go, if you're a collector and you're able to score the Artisan Darkside Anakin at retail, um, you're gonna be so tempted to not hold on to it. It's gonna be hard. It's gonna be very hard for you not to sell it, knowing that you could potentially squeeze out $1,000 on it easy. So most collectors that were able to get it, and I would probably say the collectors who end up paying the secondary price are probably the genuine collectors that are probably going to hold on to it, because if you're spending $1,200-$1,300 on a Darkside Anakin and you decide to sell it, you're going to take a loss. You're going to have to sell it for at least 20-30% more to cover all the fees and such, and all the auction fees. So, but no, I mean, to me, the Artisan Anakin was 100% as a commodity, where people were just, and then I saw the photos. People were showing me the photos from the convention floor where they were walking out with boxes of the. I mean, there was no limit as to how many you could buy. So, yeah, just what it was.
Why would Hot Toys want to make such a popular iteration of a character so limited? Well,
It's labor intensive.
I feel it's because over the years, collectors have been asking for more exclusives, more limited edition pieces because there was a time where Hot Toys just did not care. Like, you could get any limited exclusive, you could get any exclusive.
Why would people? I heard this from other streams. They're like, why would they? I go, it's a labor intensive figure. How long did it take to get the first Anakin? Wasn't it 2 years from pre-order to delivery? The light side Anakin, it was a 2-year delivery. It's a labor intensive figure. People wanted the doll hairs on those figures. It's labor intensive. I mean, you can only get some of the Uyghurs and the slaves and the kids to stitch this hair on this figure. It's a labor intensive process. It has to be done by hand. And so people were like, well, they're going to make more. Like, no, like that. They probably made these dark side Anakins right next to the light side. Maybe that's why it took 2 years for delivery on the light side. Because remember, the dark side Anakins were ready upon delivery. Once the pre-orders went up, you can pick them up. So that batch, that ship had sailed already. So the fact that people are like, well, they're going to make more. Why would Hot Toys? Doesn't Hot Toys love money? It's not about Hot Toys not loving money. It's that it's a labor intensive figure, and they already have a conveyor belt of commitments. Look at the 130 pre-orders. How much time do you want them? How much more? Look how long it took to get the ATRT, the chicken walker. That was 2 years.
Oh yeah.
Anytime Hot Toys has to introduce brand new R&D, it always takes them forever. And same thing for the Dewback. The Dewback was almost a 2-year delivery.
Yeah.
So something has to give. Something has to trying to bump up something in the conveyor belt. Something has to take the price. But I mean, that's the way I understand it. So it's not like they did it on spite and to artificially inflate the market. It's not like they're Oxford is going to make $1,500 off of these Artisan Anakins. It's not how it works. They made it. Not to mention that there are already other Artisan figures that are approaching the 2-year mark. Let's not forget Artisan Scarlet Witch. She was a 2023 pre-order. We're in 2025. Where's our art? Right? So you have to be fair. Well, we wanted more Dark Side Anakins. Well, Artisan Scarlet Witch is approaching a 2-year mark. She's behind. The Artisan Scarlet Witch is behind.
Oh wow, it's hitting a 2-year mark on that one. Damn.
And so they overstepped. It's crazy because 2023 was also the year too that they started closing down their flagship stores. So
wow, closing up their flagship stores. Damn.
Yeah. So it's the Artisan Anakin isn't the only one. There's quite a few. There's quite a few other artisans. What about that Loki from the TV show? I don't know why they did that.
Oh, that's right. Artisan Loki.
They did the Artisan Loki.
God of Stories.
They did the Artisan Harley, which I believe the Harley is now over a year. There's a couple of them that have already gone over a year, but I know the Scarlet is one that's approaching 2-year mark. So,
well, these artisan figures and also in art figures, they are pretty much a 2-year commitment.
But that's not how they were first toted, though. They are now, but that's not how they were first sold to us. You know that. They had regular delivery windows when they first went out as a pre-order. So
yeah, but the thing is, that's always Sideshow's assumption. We can't go with Sideshow assumptions here.
Yeah, but remember, Sideshow now has to pad the delivery, has to I'm doing something here really quick. Let's see if I can share this tab.
The God of Stories. Yeah.
So look at this. I mean, everybody wanted more Artisan Darkside, but wait a minute now. There's a bunch of shit here on the conveyor belt here. Right?
A bunch of shit in the conveyor belt.
Right? Remember the Jack Sparrows? Remember Scarlet Witch? How about this clown, Luke Skywalker Dark Empire? You know?
Don't invoke his name like that, dear Lord. Come on, that's my boy right there. That's peak level.
Look at this,
Luke Skywalker right there.
No,
yes,
yeah,
yes, that's peak level Luke Skywalker.
Yeah. So Scarlet is she was a 2023. Jack Sparrow was delivered. It's crazy because Jack Sparrow came after Scarlet, and she still hasn't been delivered yet. So, but Artisan Jack Sparrow has. Interesting. And so the
thing is, it happened with the same thing with Artisan Anakin Skywalker too, the original one. Jack Sparrow was the first one to be released before Anakin Skywalker.
Oh, that's right. That's right.
And even though Artisan Jack Sparrow came out for pre-order, I think a year after Anakin, as far as like for pre-order for purchases. So, and he beat the somehow Jack Sparrow beat the Anakin Skywalker. He beat everybody.
Yeah, he sure did. This search on Sideshow, I modified it from its pre-order announcement. So like the last Artisan was the Obi-Wan Kenobi, which is on waitlist, right here. And then the one before that was the Winter Soldier, and then the Moon Knight, Harley, and then the Joker. This
oh my God, I feel sorry for collectors with that Joker.
Yeah, the Artisan Joker. I don't know who's going to come into that.
Oh my God.
Black Widow I pre-ordered Black Widow. I'm excited to get her. If she's part of the original Avengers, I can't wait to get her. I did not pre-order Imposter Batman Joker. Nope. I did not touch God Loki Artisan. I thought that was a joke. And then Dark Empire Artisan, I guess there's a demand for this. I mean, you think the collectors are going to commit to this guy, Nate? I mean, you really think?
Well, the thing is, it's going to happen the same way if it does. Like the Artisan Anakin Skywalker,
yeah.
People were waiting his conversions on those. Because, like you got it. You got to wait his conversion on Anakin Skywalker Artisan.
I did. Yeah. I did, and I didn't fulfill it though. I added myself.
It's going to be flaky collectors canceling.
Yeah.
So, well, the thing is, we're getting some rough waters here this year with the new administration now.
God
so
damn.
I wouldn't be surprised people start canceling stuff.
Yeah, she's $500 today. She's not cheap. I didn't pre-order Scarlet.
Yeah, she comes with a. I think it's because of that goddamn base right there.
Is it the base? Holy, it's like $445. So when you add the tariff trifecta, I mean, you're looking at what, $525, $550?
Yeah, and also she's the first DX Marvel figure too, which is crazy.
Yeah. I'm on. I'm curious to see what this looks like. I'm really what the final product, if they're able to like
Mommy's looking good, bro.
yeah.
Mommy's looking
I
good. I'm just
like
hoping. Damn,
yeah.
look at that hourglass. God damn, dear
I mean,
Lord,
it
have
looks
mercy.
it's not a bad figure.
Mhm.
Scar looks pretty good too. That's the one I pre-ordered this one. This is like right out of the Avengers.
Chef's kiss right
This
there.
is wild. This is like right off of the Avengers. This is like Iron Man
Mhm.
2.
This is Iron Man 2. There's a reason why Jon Favreau was just looking over at the rear view mirror.
Yeah.
I was like, God, man. Daddy,
Wow.
chill.
She was
Damn.
hot back in the day, wasn't she?
Mm.
God damn. She was.
Uh, she's seasoned now. She's seasoned.
Well, I
Okay.
mean, she's
She's
entering that
seasoned
milk
now.
mode, right? Or she's what, 44 now? She's in her
I,
40s, isn't she?
yeah, I don't mind. They're not expired yet. I like my mommy season 2. Okay.
Yeah. Let me look at these. I have Artisan Anakin, and the face looks amazing, but the wool hair is overrated. The Endgame Spider-Man, God. People are going to be, yes, yeah, people are going to be, I agree. Once these invoices go out, they're going to be canceling. People can cancel the tariffs are provided to get out of free jail card if you bought from Sideshow. Yeah, I agree. I agree. I'll be waiting for the Hot Toys to do be waiting for Hot Toys to do the Hot characters so I can finally be done with.
Mitchell, I thought you went to bed, Mitchell. You said you
Yeah,
were going to catch up with us later. I'm like,
yeah,
go to bed, Mitchell. Come on, man. I want you to get some sleep.
yeah. I don't know if Hot Toys has the Jurassic Park IP.
I doubt it.
Yeah, Universal. Oh, I don't. Yeah. Mm. Yeah, it'd be interesting though, but I wouldn't. No, I don't. I don't. I just don't see Hot Toys getting into the dino business. No.
Yeah, I'm not
Uh,
sure if we're gonna see that. I'm out. It's 10 minutes over here. 10
yeah,
a.m. over here.
yeah. I do gotta go. I do have to. I'm pushing over to. I'm tired. I am tired. Uh,
I
I.
wonder.
So
You know what I
let
wonder?
me.
Oh, you're gonna end it? Okay.
No. Go ahead.
No, I was
I'm
gonna
gonna. I'm
say
gonna
'cause
set up
I'm
something.
still looking at that Joker right there, the Artisan Joker right there, the one Joaquin Phoenix Joker. I wonder how many
Yeah.
people are said no to that 4-pack they bought.
I just. I wouldn't want it. Why would you want something that represents a shitty film? Like Joker 2 destroyed that whole IP. And I don't care how legendary and how phenomenal the first one is. It's left a sour taste in everybody's mouth. Nobody wants to go anywhere near this Joker property now. It's
Mm-hmm.
it's it's poisoned. It really is. I wouldn't want any of that. I don't want any of that crap. And my thoughts and prayers goes out to the collectors that got suckered into the whole in-art Joker set. Like that sucks.
Mm-hmm.
And if you cancel it, you're at what, $200-300 non-refundable deposit. Like that can sour the collecting experience 100%. I wouldn't want Joaquin Phoenix in my collection, not after the way Joker 2 ended. I mean, that's all it takes. And it's never going to be forgotten. It'll be a long time. It'll be a lot of healing. But you know what? We're going to get a new Joker anyway because we have the James Gunn's DCEU universe coming in.
Yeah.
So that's what it was. I got to go to bed, but I do want to. I'm tired enough, so I don't think I'll blow up on this, but I do want to share the story.
Okay.
I do want to share the story with the audience. So when I collect, when I get products in, I the last year or so, I've really shifted to buying toys and collectible pieces that spur joy in me, imagination, something that lets me play with it and such. That I look forward to. Like, let me go on location, let me take some photos, let me have some fun. I really that makes me happy. I got to do that with the ATRT, right?
Nice.
I got to USB hack the ATR team. I got to go on location, get some really cool photos. It challenges my skills when it comes to USB hacking, and I have a lot of fun doing it in the process. And then there was one set, there was one particular hot toy set that I was really looking forward to getting, and it was the Dewback Stormtrooper set. I was genuinely waiting because the Dewback Stormtrooper was released in Hong Kong January the 15th. And this was before the whole Trump tariff bullshit that this idiot threw us into. And I had the opportunity in February to actually buy the Dewback Stormtrooper set through an overseas seller at a little bit below Sideshow's retail, meaning that if you factor in shipping and tax. And I had that opportunity, and the website, I'm not going to mention them, but they had it on sale and they had coupons and stuff like that. And I'm like, you know what? I have my Sideshow points and my deposit. I'm just going to wait for Sideshow. And the whole idea of patiently waiting for the Dewback Stormtrooper set was so that I can go on location and have fun with it. I wanted to go visit the dunes of Arrakis. 90 miles northwest of Las Vegas, where I live, there's these beautiful sand dunes. It looks like you're in Arrakis, like you can pick up spice, where the spice flows, right?
The spice must flow.
Spice must flow. God, I want to do some spice now, Nate. So I was looking forward to getting this Dewback set. I'm like, cool, I'm going to bring a bunch of figures. I'm going to go visit these dunes and I'll get some really cool Tatooine photos. Months go by. I'm like, where's my goddamn Dewback set? The temperature is rising here in Las Vegas. I won't be able to go on location and film because it gets too hot. We're entering the summer season. It gets freaking hot, especially during the dunes, where if it's like 85 degrees here in Vegas, it's about 10 degrees warmer where the dunes are located, 90 miles northwest. But it was super cold in the beginning of the year. I'm like, man, let me get this Dewback, and I can have a lot of fun. Then our citizens of this country decided to vote for this president, and now I'm being punished. I don't give a shit. I didn't vote for the fucker, right? But I'm being punished because all I want to do is play with my toy. I didn't vote for this idiot, and I have to pay for other people's mistakes. And I don't think that's right. I just don't. All I wanted was my Dewback and Stormtrooper. And I remember talking to a bunch of friends, Nate, a few others, Laura, and people were like, well, what are you going to do? You have a choice. Well, you do have a choice. Our country is based on consumer spending. If you're unhappy with something, you just don't spend it. That's how you vote. You vote with your wallet. Stock market is based on consumer spending. If you don't want to spend on something, you don't. You don't have to be bullied into anything. So it made me really angry. I'm tired now, so I'm not getting worked up about it.
Yeah.
But it's outrageous. Like, I've gone out of my way to properly manage my spreadsheet, my collection, and now politics are dabbling into it, fucking things up. That pisses me off. So, in a fit of rage and in my anger, I canceled my pre-order. And Nate was telling me, you should keep it. I go, no, Nate, because if I pay Sideshow and I let that order arrive, I'm not going to open it because I'm going to stew. It's not going to be the good beef stew. It's going to be the nasty stew because I'm not going to open it because I'm going to hate it. It's not going to be fun. If I let that Dewback set enter my home and I cucked over for those tariffs, it's going to piss the fuck out of me. I didn't sign up for that. I didn't vote for this. Unlike other Americans, I know the definition of what a tariff means. So I can't let that dewback set enter my room. And I pondered it for like 24 hours, and it was pissing me off. Anytime I thought about it, I had like 4 days to make up my mind, Sideshow. And I went on Sideshow's chat service, and I tried to argue with them. I go, why am I not being grandfathered in? I go, I pre-ordered this in a different time. Why are you? Well, we don't have any choice. There's nothing we can do. And all I got was bullshit excuses from Sideshow. I feel they should eat it. Why should I? And why were they so adamant about accepting that shipment? Other toy manufacturers just sat on their shipment. They just let it sit in in China, whatever, and not have it shipped. In fact, one of the companies I know that comes to mind is the Magic Toy one. They're the ones that are making like the Pokeballs and the Fallout Gauntlet. And they sent out an email like, yeah, we're not going to have our shipment come out so that we don't have to pass it on. And Sideshow didn't even think about that. Sideshow just wanted their shipment as soon as possible, and then just dump it on us, and then just pass on those wonderful savings to the consumer. And I'm like, no. And this is when the dewback was on wait list everywhere. And Nate was like, "Oh, you're gonna regret it." I go, "I'll regret it more if that dewback enters this room." I have a problem that if a product enters my room or my collection, and it doesn't go my way, or it's tainted with negative energy, I so absolutely want to destroy it with a passion. And this has only happened in the last 5 years. This has only happened twice, where it was like the product in my room was given off negative, pure. And the last product, it was the Artisan Joker. The Artisan Joker, where I pre-ordered on day one, and everybody else got theirs in December, and I got mine like the first week of March. Oh, I was so fucking pissed. I was so pissed. And then because my Artisan Joker arrived so late, all I kept seeing on social media were petty ass man baby collectors bitching about the hair peeling off the Joker and this and that and the QC issues. And it kept souring that experience for me. And this is like January or February. I'm like, God, everybody else got their damn Artisan Joker, and I don't have it. And then when I finally got mine, like the first week of March, it arrived in the room. I didn't even want to touch it. I hated it. I hated it so much. I wanted to set the figure on fire. It sat on my floor. I remember telling my buddy Sean, "Hey, DeLorean," and I go, "It's still on the floor. I don't want to open this fucking thing. I don't want this in my room. I don't need it. If I open it up, I'm gonna destroy it." And I ended up just selling it. Sold it for $700. So, but I could not.
The NR version? The NR version?
No, the Artisan Hot Toys.
Oh God!
My Artisan Joker showed up like 2 months late. And then during that period, everybody kept bitching about the hair peeling off and all that. And then by the time I was so over the Artisan Heath Ledger Joker, like I go, I hate this character so much now.
I hate this character.
And I didn't even want to. And it sat on my floor. I showed you a photo. It said I didn't even want to open it. Like, I don't want this thing in my room.
You just showed me.
The only other product that generated that much hate and anger in me that I wanted to destroy it, and I came close to doing it, because I was going to go out in the desert and use explosives, was the Jazz Inc. Justice Mobile. And Sean can attest to this. Hey, DeLorean, he knew what I was going through. I go, Sean, I hate this vehicle. This vehicle is deteriorating as I see it. And I kept bitching about it. And then Yost finally came out and like, look, I'll buy the damn thing from me. But every time, like, I hated it. Like, I wanted to blow it up. I wanted to blow it up. Like, it was garbage. Like, it just kept falling. It was deteriorating. It was disintegrating in my very eyes. I had to put candy dishes to support it. It was it was horrible. It was completely horrible. So I canceled my dewback. Yeah, I canceled it. And as I predicted, because of the tariff situation, all of a sudden, Alter Ego comics, which had their dewback set sold out. All of a sudden, now they have in stock. And then I found another. Then I found another. As I predicted, like remember I told Nate. Nate was like, "You sure?" Like, I told Nate, people aren't gonna because you're looking at a $700 dewback set. When you add in the tariff trifecta, it brought it up to $855. Like it was gross. Like it was just bad. I was able to find it through an authorized sideshow retailer that had a very affordable tariff, a lot cheaper than what Sideshow was trying to fuck me with, and and the shipping was cheaper, and they didn't charge me sales tax, so I did not get hit with the tariff trifecta. That's all I was trying to do, was avoid the trifecta. I'm like, if I buy this dewback set with the trifecta, I'm gonna hate it, and I'm not gonna open it. So, so that's where I was. That was about a week of and I'm like, I can't be in a live stream because I'm a lot better now, but I was like, it was messing me up. Like I have trouble sometimes when and it's just me. That's my stuff like that gets to me, and I have trouble sleeping. I shit you not. This is over a fucking toy, and it gets to me. Like it just like.
I think I understand because I really wanted that Dark Side Edition Artisan Anakin Skywalker from the Japans. I really wanted that piece, and I saw it for a good deal. Well, not really a good deal because it's still 3 times the amount of what it is sold for. Anyway, I did want to get it for 1,000 with Jeremy, but I was like, when I get it, it's not gonna feel right with me because I'm for the amount I spend on it versus what's the retail price for it. It was too much. It was too much over my rules when it comes to buying resale figures. And I was like, I'm not gonna love it when I get it in. It's not gonna be a piece that I'm gonna enjoy, have a full-on respect for. All I'm gonna be is looking every time I look at that piece, it's gonna be like, I spent $1,000 for that. I spent $1,000 on that.
You're not going to enjoy it the same way. You're not.
Yeah.
And like I share with you, I go, we're still not a Sideshow. I still feel Sideshow's going to get a small allotment. It may not be a lot, but if they do, the timing would be around Toy Fair's San Diego Comic-Con, because that's when the last Dark Side Anakin was released. So now, if they don't release it and it's August, then the ship is sailed. But I'm still optimistic because remember, Nate, the U.S. collectors that could not wait, what happened to them? And
in chess, the pawns go first. Humans and their guns.
Oh, man, that's a good clip. I haven't seen that clip in a minute. Oh, crap, Danoby, we lost you.
Am I back?
Yeah, you're back.
But yeah, right? So think about it. The U.S. collectors that couldn't wait, what if Sideshow ends up doing a queue system, even in the small match, right? So I'm still optimistic. I still think we still have a chance. I mean, we're entering the summer, so I think it'll be good. And yeah, folks, I had fun. I need to go to bed. I need to wake up early tomorrow. What do we got?
Yes, I'd say it's a full-scale panic. Are you having a run on the bank there yet?
If you have a milkshake, and I have a milkshake, and I have a straw, there it is. That's a straw, you see. Watching. And my straw reaches across the room.
Oh, I gotta go to bed.